Hello, I'm Kevin Watler, and this is your CMR Daily Buzz. The Progressives' opposition leader has filed a vote of no confidence against the packed government. They have submitted a document with some 14 points that claim to justify the call for the government to be removed. Despite their points, no one has indicated if they have the two-third majority required to make such a move as required by the Constitution. Visit the Cayman Mall Road website and social media channels for more details on this developing story. Governor Martin Roper has appointed Justice Margaret Ramsey Hale as Chief Justice effective October 26. She takes over from the outgoing Chief Justice, Sir Anthony Smellie, who held the position for nearly 25 years in the Cayman Islands. Justice Ramsey Hale, who is Caymanian, brings extensive legal knowledge and significant leadership and management experience, including as a former Chief Justice in the Turks and Caicos Islands. OFREG is investigating the pricing practices of telecommunications service provider Flow. It has so far confirmed that Flow overcharged all its fixed-line business customers from January 2019 onwards by applying an unapproved rate increase from $30 to $35 per month. At this point in the investigation, Flow has admitted that it failed to comply with the license condition to seek OFREG's approval prior to applying the increased rate, which has resulted in its business customers being overcharged. OFREG has issued Flow with an administrative fine notice. The final determination and agreed course of action will be published by OFREG as soon as it's available. A social media post on Cayman Mall Road led to the Department of Environment responding to the industrial park area on Tuesday, where a blue iguana was spotted. Once captured, they found it was an adult male blue iguana that had a tag from the small population living within the Queen Elizabeth II Botanic Park. It appears the blue iguana hitched a ride with a Botanic Park vehicle that arrived at the location in Industrial Park around an hour before the iguana was discovered. Luckily, the large blue had a safe ride to town. It was swiftly captured and returned to the park without any injury. The Cayman Islands Public Library Service announces the resumption of the ever-popular Cayman Islands Book Fair after a 2-year hiatus due to COVID-19. The event is scheduled to take place at the Georgetown Library on Saturday, September 24th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The 2023 National Heroes Day nomination period has opened and closes at midnight Sunday, October 16th. The 2023 National Heroes Day theme is volunteerism and charitable services. Online nominations forms with eligibility criteria and categories are now available on the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture and Heritage website. East End Heritage Day is next Friday, September 30th. Organizers say experience the best of East End with traditional food, craft demonstrations, games and activities for everyone. Also, browse craft stalls and enjoy the treats that the district's Heritage Committee have in store for visitors for this special event.
Stormwatch 2022 is brought to you by Home Gas, your propane experts before, during, and after the storm.
The National Hurricane Center is extremely busy this week, tracking 5 systems. There's a system just about to come off of Africa, and once it comes off of the African continent, it's expected to track north, so we're not too worried about that one. Gaston is not a storm that we're worried about. Now, the Azores might have some impact, but it's expected to stay out there until it goes away. Another tropical system is Fiona, which is a dangerous major hurricane heading towards Bermuda as a Category 4 hurricane. It's not good news for those in Bermuda at all. There's also a tropical wave between Africa and the Leeward Islands. Now, in the next week, it's something to watch and see what it does. Development over time is possible, but we have some time to keep watching it to see what happens. The tropical system that we're more concerned about that is going to impact the northwestern part of Venezuela, northeastern Colombia, and the ABC island chain later this week. Those in Jamaica and the Cayman Islands need to pay very close attention to its progress. It's a good idea to plan for a possible impact. More will be known about the system in the next few days to see how significant that threat is. Now for your CMR weather update is brought to you by WG Charters. Sunrise at 6:14, scattered thunderstorms expected. The day heats up to the high 80s, but it will feel hotter than that when the high temperatures at 86 degrees Fahrenheit and the humidity is at 74% like the forecast calls for. It will feel around 100 degrees Fahrenheit. The winds east-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour and the sun sets at 6:21. At nighttime, the temperature falls to the low 80s. Looking forward, a typical summer pattern of hot days, warm nights with scattered showers is expected. CMR weather updates are brought to you by WG Charters. They offer private boat trips for a great price, and we encourage you to support them. Now for some regional and international news. Fiona strengthens to a Category 4 hurricane Wednesday after lashing the Turks and Caicos Islands and is forecast to head towards Bermuda later this week. The storm was blamed for causing at least 4 direct deaths as it passed through the Caribbean. The Belize government says it will continue to conduct regular patrols along its border with Guatemala after a joint patrol including members of the Belize Defense Force and Coast Guard encountered marine vessels belonging to the Guatemalan Armed Forces over the weekend. Belize and Guatemala have had a long-running border dispute, with Guatemala claiming the whole or part of Belize since 1940. Reggae artist Skip Marley, the grandson of Bob Marley, was forced to postpone a show in Canada after he was denied entry into the country on Tuesday. Unconfirmed reports are that 26-year-old Skip was denied entry due to his COVID-19 vaccination status. Canada currently requires all people to be vaccinated when entering the country. In a post on social media on Tuesday, the young Marley revealed that the Canadian border officials refused him entry into the country and presented him with documents to return to the United States. The Federal Reserve made history on Wednesday, approving a third consecutive 75 basis points hike in an aggressive move to tackle inflation. The supersized hike, which was unfathomable by markets just months ago, takes the central bank's benchmark lending rate to a new target range of 3% to 3.25%. That's the highest the Fed funds rate has been since the global financial crisis in 2008. Wednesday's decision marks the Fed's toughest policy move since the 1980s to fight inflation. It will also likely cause economic pain for millions of businesses and households by pushing up the cost of borrowing for things like homes, cars, and credit cards. That's it for now on the Daily Buzz. Thank you for joining me. Please stay safe and God bless.